Hi everyone, Father Lamb here. It's Wednesday, December 22nd, just 3 days before Christmas, coming to the very end of Advent right now. And I'm going to keep this short because I know everybody's really busy as we get close to Christmas here. But I think we just need maybe one last thing. And what occurs to me since we've been talking about St. Ignatius for these past few weeks, that maybe a summation of his 14 rules is what he says at the very beginning when he introduces his rules. And he says these rules are for, his words, for becoming aware, understanding, and taking action in regards to the different movements that are caused in the soul. Being aware, understanding, and taking action. You know, so often in our spiritual lives, we're not even aware of what we're doing. We can get into patterns of behavior. We keep doing the same things wrong or getting into places spiritually we don't want to be. So the very first thing in our spiritual life is to become aware. And that's why sometimes in the beginning when we become aware of our faults, our dark side, it can be kind of depressing. But don't let it depress you. We have to become aware before we can do anything about it. Because sometimes we're just doing things. We're just reacting to life or just charging into life. So it's really about prayerfully becoming aware of what's going on in us, in our soul. And then it's understanding it. Like, what's really going on in my soul and why? And he says to understand this, Ignatius talks about using the tools to allow ourselves to grow spiritually. And I talked about that last week a little bit, that we have that little toolbox there. What do I need today to really understand where I am in my spiritual life and to go forward? And lastly, he talks about action. What are those actions that we're supposed to take? Because the spiritual life is not all about being passive and like being a victim. No, the spiritual life is about allowing Christ into our hearts so that we can be free. And that's what all these rules are for discernment. They're about being free. And Jesus Christ has come to set captives free. And you and I get entangled and locked in our sinfulness and the craziness of everyday life, what's going on in the media and all that kind of stuff, and it makes us nuts. And so 3 days now before Christmas, let's just enter into this time becoming more aware. What's going on inside my heart? What's going on around me? Understand what's going on there and then taking the proper action. This may not be a perfect Christmas for you. Maybe everyone isn't going to be home that you like to have home. Maybe you've lost a loved one since last year. There may be a sadness there, an emptiness there, an empty plate, if you will. But Emmanuel, God is with us. Jesus Christ will be present. And that's why it's important for you and I just to accept this Christmas as it is, as God allows it to unfold. Because the deeper issue is really about accepting Christ into our hearts and making the most of the Christmas with the people around us. And here's a surefire way of having a better Christmas. If you find yourself empty and lonely, and a lot of people feel lonely at these times, become aware. Okay? Again, become aware. And look around, and in your prayerful life, look and see who needs Christmas brought to them. Maybe you need to make that phone call or invite somebody else over or reach out to someone. And when you and I reach out to other people and bring Christ to them, bring Christmas to them, we get something back that's really of God, something gentle in our hearts. This Christmas, be gentle with yourself and those around you. Everybody's carrying a burden. Everybody's dealing with something. But let's become more aware of what's going on in our hearts and the hearts of those around us. Let's understand ourselves and other people. And let's take that right action. And that right action very often are simple things. And as St. Teresa Little Flower would tell us, God does not look so much at the magnitude of anything that we do as at the love with which we do it. Let's do those little things this Christmas with great love. And then Christ will be present. Merry Christmas and God bless you.